we back at it again with some of the New Testament. We are going to be starting off on Matthew 18:13. And if so be that he find it, verily I say unto you, he rejoiceth more of that sheep than of the 99 which went not astray. Even so it is not the will of your Father which is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth are 2 or 3 witnesses, every word may be established. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as an heathen man and a publican. Verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Again I say unto you, that if 2 of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, where I am in the midst of them. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive them till 7 times? And Jesus saith, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 77 times. Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servants. And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him, which owed him 10,000 talents. But for as much as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife and children and all that he had, and payment to be made. The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. Then the Lord of that servant was moved with compassion, and loosed him, and forgave him the debt. But the same servant went out and found one of his fellow servants, which owed him 100 pence, and he laid hands on him, and took him by the throat, saying, Pay me that thou owest. And his fellow servant fell down at his feet, and besought him, saying, Have patience with me, and I will pay thee. And he would not, but he went and cast him into prison till he should pay the debt. So when his fellow servants saw what was done, they were very sorry, and came and told unto their Lord all that was done. Then his Lord, after that he had called him, said unto him, O thou wicked servant, I forgave thee all that debt, because thou I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Shouldest not thou have had compassion on thy fellow servant, even as I had pity on thee? And his Lord was wroth, and delivered him unto the I'm sorry that I can't really read that well. Tormentors, till he shall pay all that was due unto him. So likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you, if ye from your hearts forgive not every one of his brothers their trespasses. And it came to pass that when Jesus had finished these sayings, he departed from Galilee, and came into the coast of Judea beyond Jordan. And great multitude followed him, and he healed them there. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? And he answered and said unto them, Have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female? And said, For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. Wherefore there are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let not man put asunder. They say unto him, Why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement, and put her away? He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives, but from the beginning it was not so. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery, and whoso marrieth her which is put away doth commit adultery. His disciples say unto him, If the case of man be so with his wife, it is not good to marry. But he said unto them, All men cannot receive the saying save they to whom it was given, to whom it is given. For there are some Enunches which were so born from their mother's womb, and there are some which were made Enuches of men, and there be Enuches which had made themselves Eunches for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it. Alright, so we're going to end it there. That was Matthew 18:13 through 19:12. Now, I'm just going to kind of just ramble for a little bit, Today, I'm going to try to do this after Bible readings of just talking about this stuff. I think today, I kind of just want to talk about just my thoughts on love and stuff like that. It's weird. Love is real. I don't believe it's none of the chemistry, neutrons going on in your brain style ooga booganess. But I don't believe love is for everybody. I don't think everybody has a soulmate out there. Everybody has somebody perfect for them, but not everybody will have them, if that makes sense. Like, I'm kind of starting to just think love just isn't for me. I can only give all my love so many times, get hurt in the worst way possible before it kind of starts feeling like a sign, like, hey, it's not meant for you, bro. You know what I mean? Lock in for real, play some more Skylanders. But I think the most important thing about loving, as in loving like a partner, loving a wife, a husband, whatever you're into that's consensual between people within your age range, you need to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you're never going to be able to love anybody else. And I do kind of have a problem where I have an ego of somebody that believes everybody can love them, but the heart of somebody that believes nobody can love them. So I do love myself, but I don't believe I can be loved, which is kind of just... I've been the reason for some of my breakups, I won't lie. I mean, I wasn't perfect. I was not exactly a good boyfriend at times. I could have been a lot better. But you need to love yourself more than you love anybody else. There's nobody that can love or hate you more than you. So what you need to do, if you want a relationship, if you want to be loved, you need to love yourself. There's no love like self-love. You need to focus on the stuff on you that you do like and work on what you hate. And if there is genuinely nothing in you that you can find that you like, just use that as more motivation. Use that as more motivation to start reading more, start working out more, go out more. Just take better care of yourself, because being depressed kind of feels good in a way. I don't know, it's kind of weird. When you just let yourself sit in your room all day, never do anything, never go outside, never try to talk to people, never, socialize and stuff like that, you end up loving your attention, but you also end up hating your attention. So you become too scared to talk to other people because you're too insecure or just worried that they won't like you, but you're always in some kind of self-love and hatred cycle where you love being just by yourself, but you hate being by yourself. At least in this my experiences. I think if you want love, you need to make sure you're ready for it. You can't just think that finding a partner is what will make you happy. That's not how it works. If you're not happy on your own, you won't be happy with somebody else. Because you also need to deal with their baggage, their emotions, their problems. And you need to be ready for that. You need to be ready to deal with arguments. You need to be ready to deal with just bad days. Because every couple of all time, it doesn't matter how perfect they seem, they've had bad days. Some worse than others. Sometimes a bad day could just be a small argument and you guys don't talk all day. Or it could be, bad, like in an abusive relationship that you need to get out of. But yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of random yapping. Love yourself, love God, and if it's meant to be, you'll find love, but you can't force it. If you try to love somebody just because it's just that's what you want to do, that seems like a way, like the gateway into happiness, you're just going to make yourself more depressed. I've been in, I don't even know how many relationships where I was just like, well, I'm depressed, so if I have somebody I can always have sex with and always talk to, I'll be happy. And then I still end up being depressed. I am doing better now. This isn't referring to me now. I'm not depressed no more, for real. I'm a happy guy, you could say. I'm chilling, but I haven't given up on love, but I'm not necessarily trying for it either.